Bruchim Habaim. I'm Stephanie Bernstein, and I want to welcome you to the multisensory method of teaching children and adults to read Hebrew. This CD shows how to review all the Hebrew letters, and there are two parts. The first part goes through all the letters and their verbal and kinesthetic mnemonics without stopping. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes, give or take. The CD video can also act as a model for you, since it shows exactly the way I use it in my own class. Part 2 contains separate video clips for each letter. So as you're becoming familiar with the mnemonics, you can use the clips to refresh your memory of a particular letter just before you go to teach it to the students. I'd also like to take a moment to share some techniques I found successful and that I hope will make your teaching easier. There's a mnemonic saying that goes with each letter. So sometimes what I'll do in the beginning, as I'm learning them, is to lightly pencil in the mnemonics that you say to act as a safety net. So in case it slips your mind, you'll always have it there for you, because it's very, very important to always be consistent in the wording that you use. And depending on the size of the class, I use an album size that's loose leaf size, which you'll see me using on the video for teaching the whole class. And other times, I'll use a smaller album, what most people use for photos. And actually, this will work for the whole class too. It depends on what you feel the most comfortable with. Now, every class begins with a review of all the previously taught letters. I don't want the children to forever forget. If I see that some of the students are not saying the letters, not doing the hand motions along with saying the letters, I stop. And I say, Od Pa'am, meaning do it again. And this way, they know that everybody is expected to do it, and we'll repeat the mnemonic for the letter until everyone does it correctly. For the first 2 or 3 weeks, I model the mnemonics. I hold the album, and I turn the pages. After that, when the children are into a routine, I give students a turn. They take turns holding, turning the album for each lesson. When they're finished, the student will sign his or her name on a class list, which shows that they've taken a turn. Students also are cleared to say Od Pa'am if they notice someone in the class who isn't saying or doing the letter perfectly. And again, repeating the mnemonic until everyone gets it right. To spice up the lesson sometimes, or if I notice that we're saying Od Pa'am too many times, I'll sometimes use a stopwatch to time how long it takes. And then the next time we do it, we'll try and beat that number and do it even faster. The review is done as a fun activity, yet in a serious way. Also, when I do Od Pa'am, sometimes what I will do is say, after I do Od Pa'am, the reason we're doing Od Pa'am, so that the children know what they need to work on. For example, I might say, this time everybody needs to really look at the letter when they're saying it, or everybody needs to be making the hand motions as they're saying it. Now, amazingly, I've found that students who have been exposed to this method in the 3rd grade still remember the mnemonics when they're in college. So I wish you Hatzlacha, good luck, and best of all, have fun.